Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
Led by head coach Quentin Pippin, assisted by Byron Johnson. And now for your Indians. Leading off, a sophomore from Pontotoc, Mississippi, playing right field, number 1, Jory McKnight. Batting second, a freshman from Biloxi, Mississippi, catching, number 13, Maddie Porter. Batting third, a freshman from Coahoma, Mississippi, in the DP position, A.B. Marler. Batting fourth, a freshman from Jackson, Tennessee, playing third base, number 18, Taylor Shands. Batting fifth, a sophomore from Mobile, Mississippi, playing center field, number 11, Lakeland Nichols. Batting sixth, a freshman from Madison, Mississippi, playing shortstop, number 20, Emma Duhon. Batting seventh, a sophomore from Pontotoc, Mississippi, playing first base, number 14, Sadie Steegout. Batting eighth, a sophomore from South Haven, Mississippi, playing second base, number 9, Maddie McClendon. Batting ninth, a sophomore from Hickory Flat, Mississippi, playing left field, number 8, Morgan Green. And your pitcher, a sophomore from Jackson, Tennessee, number 7, in the circle, Alyssa Cliff. Led by head coach Carson Owens, assisted by Madison Monson, student managers Grace Randall and Raymond Pippin.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th. Good afternoon and Roll Tribe, ICC fans, as we're just moments away from that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here, Game 1 between ICC and Coahoma. We do want to welcome those that are watching in favor of Coahoma and hope you enjoy today's broadcast, as cloudy is the forecast here as we're awaiting the Guaranteed Bank opening pitch. Alyssa Cliff getting the start in the circle here for ICC. And a swing and a miss is that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch coming your way at 2:04. It's a 2:04 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here from Fulton. Adam Gore, Michael Upton bringing you this action here this afternoon. And Michael, special day here, swing and a miss for strike two, as the softball team recognizing faculty and staff members, recognizing us as a sports information group for all the work they do. I know you guys were able to be on the field for that, but extra special feeling there.
Oh, yes, great opportunity to be out here to help these student athletes, whatever opportunity we get.
As there's a swing and a miss for a Renaissance Bank strikeout, the first of the game for Cliff. We'll give you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups in the exchange of the innings, as there is one out now here in the inning. And this will bring Smith to the plate, the first baseman here for Coahoma. That pitch in there for strike.
This is Kai Smith, first baseman today for Coahoma. She comes in batting .261 on the year. He's got 6 hits, 1 home run to lead the team.
So 0-1 is the count with one out. Swing and a miss for strike two, as Cliff quickly ahead in the count here, 0-2 with one out in the top of the first.
Cliff coming off a strong performance last Friday against Colin, but she pitched 10 full innings.
There's going to be a pitch foul back off the netting. We'll sit at 0-2. Yeah, it's just one of those that both those pitchers went all 10 innings for both teams. I think they combined for close to 275 pitches between the two of them. So, they probably did like I do, hit the Advil and took it easy after that game was called. 0-2 pitch, that one high for ball. 1-2 now is the count here to Smith. But the Indians have been struggling late, Michael. They pitching has been solid in Game 1. Game 2, they haven't been able to match the bat, so ICC hoping to get back in gear with the bats today.
Indeed, kind of a slide here in the last week and a half on not being able to catch some wins, some very close ones that they felt like they had, especially Game 1 against Colin. So close there to go deep into the extra innings and just lose that one by a run there.
2-2 now is the count. Cliff getting set to deliver the pitch. On its way, it's fouled off, and we'll sit at 2-2. And you look at it, it was that same way against Colin. It's that same way against Northeast. It's just they've been there. They just haven't been able to find the timely hits like they were doing towards the middle part of the season. So, Michael, you really hope the Indians can use today as a springboard to start peaking again going into the playoffs.
Yeah, good day to go out and just fine-tune that, work on your situational opportunities to get those hits, advanced runners along. There's going to be a long foul out to the right, out of play. And as you said, cloudy, but also hot and windy is the nature today. So warm air will help balls travel further, but that flag, as you see over the scoreboard, blowing straight in. So we'll see if that affects the long balls today.
2-2 now is the count. One out. Wind is blowing in towards home plate in this situation from left field. Grounder to the shortstop, scoops it up, throws over in time for the putout, 4-3. For those of you scoring at home now, there's 2 away in the inning. This will bring Bonner to the plate. She is the shortstop here for Coahoma in Game 1.
At the plate, number 10, Marika.
This is Marika Bonner. She is a sophomore from Billings, Montana.
It's a long way from Holmes.
Yeah, out close to where you were last week.
I kind of feel her pain. We went out to Casper, Wyoming last week, and that would be an interesting story to find out how she found Coahoma from Billings, Montana.
Yeah, West Billings High School. I will say possibly, in my time in working with you, possibly the furthest away player I've seen in any game for or against ICC.
That pitch was fouled off, so 0-1 is the count here to Bonner. As home plate umpire having a little bit of issue there, says she's good now.
She just had to fix an equipment issue there.
So 0-1 the count here to Bonner. Again, we'll give you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 now is the count. Michael, we already given the numbers on Cliff today?
We have not. Waiting for opportunity there if you want me to share those.
Let's go ahead and do those after this pitch. And that one just outside as Bonner thought it was strike 3 as she was heading towards the dugout.
Alyssa comes in today with a 1.52 ERA, 12 wins and 4 losses in 17 appearances, 101 innings pitched. She's given up 73 hits, 26 runs, 22 of those earned.
Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Another clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Cliff. You want to go ahead and finish those numbers?
Sure. That's going to give Cliff her 123rd strikeout of the year with the 2 this inning to only 24 walks. So a fantastic year there for her so far.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. And let's start with Coahoma. We've already introduced you to the first 3, so Mike, I'll let you take those starters.
Sure. That was Nash, the second baseman that led off, followed by Kai Smith at first base. And the last strikeout victim there was Marika Bonner at shortstop. Batting fourth for the Tigers today is going to be Khalees Mitchell, and should be in the circle pitching. Should be followed by McCullum at catcher. Huddleston, the third baseman, will bat 6th. Robinson, the left fielder, will bat 7th. Young, the center fielder, will bat 8th. And Chloe Hill in right field will be your 9-hole batter for the Coahoma Tigers.
That is your starting lineup brought to you by Coke. Now let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup for ICC. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Carson Owens hopes he's got that same winning combination put together here in Game 1 versus Coahoma.
Leading off for the Indians in right field is going to be Joy McKnight. She'll be followed by Maddie Porter, the catcher, and then A.B. Marlar, your designated player in this game. Batting fourth will be Taylor Shands, the third baseman. Nichols, the center fielder, will be batting 5th. Ella Duhan, your shortstop, bats 6th. Batting 7th is Sadie Stegall at first base. Maddie McClendon, playing second base today, will bat in the 8th spot. And at the bottom, in the 9th spot, will be Green in left field. And then Clift is your pitcher in the flex position for the Indians.
Again, today's starting lineups being brought to you by Coke as we get set for the bottom of the first inning here. No score ICC. Got a 3-up, 3-down inning in the top half of the first. See if they can get some bats fired up here. It's just going to be McKnight, Porter, and Marlar scheduled up here for the Indians in the bottom of the first. 2 games scheduled for today. Windy day. Rain is not supposed to move into the area until later this evening, so hopefully we'll be able to get these games in without any issues other than the wind from Mother Nature. So this will be McKnight starting us off here for the Indians. Bottom of the first, no score. At first pitch in there for a strike.
McKnight comes in today batting .338 on the year, 15 runs on 23 hits. She's got a double and a triple, 7 RBI on the year.
That ball got away from the pitcher out on the throwback, so a little bit of a break there before we get it back.
She's also tied for second on the team in stolen bases with 15, so we know she has a lot of speed. That's why you like to see her get in contact there in the leadoff position and get her on base and move her around.
1-1 now is the count here to McKnight. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the first. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes that one for a ball. 2-1 now will be the count here on the right fielder McKnight.
Looks like we got a little sprinkling going on there at the bottom lower of the concourse.
And I'm going to say that's on me, as that's going to be a bunt laid down to perfection. The throw to first is not in time. So that will go for an infield single for McKnight. Yeah, that's on me. I said hopefully we won't get any rain, not forecasted later tonight, and 5 seconds later it's raining.
It's not heavy.
Up to bat, number 13,
Just a little bit of wet spots you can see on the concrete there on the lower level that's underneath our overhang.
Just enough to hopefully settle the dust down.
Oh, you missed all the fun dust last Friday, my friend.
I can imagine. Seeing all this that we saw on the way to Casper, Wyoming, if it was anything like it was today, is that pitch in there for a strike. And
they're still on base number 16 for McKnight.
So she hands to second now, and Porter, who showed one, pulled back, taking the whole way that time. It was called for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to the catcher. Looks at that pitch high for a ball.
Porter's a .376 hitter on the year so far. Scored 34 runs on 32 hits. 14 of those doubles, leading the team in that category. But she's also got 3 home runs as well.
So the Indians want to strike early here. They do have a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. Porter at the plate. Looks at that pitch. It's a nice off-speed pitch there. 1-2 now is the count to Porter. Umpire calling for time.
Conferring with the second base umpire there.
Not sure what.
Coach Owen's trying to clarify why we're stopping play here.
Or did they call it illegal pitch? Yeah, they called it illegal pitch. So now we'll have to clarify the count here.
Should be.
It is a 1-2 count, though.
Should not be 2-2.
And this pitch popped up. Right fielder's going to charge in and makes the play.
Good effort there by Hill, Chloe Hill. Come in way from where she was playing deep to get that one in shallow right.
Yeah, she is just about a step away from not getting to that one. Stuck her glove out, caught it at the knee for out number 1. Runner unable to advance. And now this will bring A.B. Marler, the DP, to the plate. Looks at that first pitch, and it's called a strike.
Marler batting .372 in 94 at-bats. She's got 35 hits, 13 runs scored, 6 doubles, 5 home runs. Leads the team with 31 RBIs.
Yeah, she was looking for home run number 6 on that swing. Came up empty. 0-2 now is the count here to Marler. Runner at second, that's McKnight, who reached on an infield single and stole second. Change up, misses. Runner's going to try to go to third, and she will get there on the pass ball.
Yeah, that ball getting away from the catcher allows somebody with McKnight's speed to get down there easily.
So now the Indians with a runner at third with only 1 out. Marler at the dish. She's working with the 1-2 count. Grounds it to the third baseman, bobbles it, gets it, throws it over in time for the out. But it does score the run, so an RBI for Marler as ICC will take the early 1-0 lead.
That was a nice recovery there by Huddleston, the third baseman for Coahoma, as that ball got away from her initially, but she just rolled it up her arm, grabbed it, fired it down to first.
And so now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to be Shands, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Takes that first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count.
Shands got the power, leads the team with 9 home runs.
That pitch missing for a ball, gets away, but nobody on base to worry about there. 2-0 now is the count.
She's got a .330 average coming in today, 29 hits, 8 doubles, 1 triple, those 9 home runs, and 25 RBI on the year.
That pitch runs inside. 3-0 now is the count here to Shands.
I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but it looks like they don't want to pitch anything on the outside. Maybe they want to avoid giving her anything she can make contact with.
Mitchell's pitch. Looks at that one, and that's going to be a walk issued there. Nice patient at bat, because there's a couple of pitches I probably would have pulled the string on and would have resulted in just a little routine ground out. So now this will be Lakeland Nichols coming to the plate. She's playing in center field. There's 2 outs and a runner on first here for the sophomore from Morville. Looks at that pitch, low and outside for a ball.
Nichols is batting .258 for the Indians. She's got 23 hits and scored 29 runs. She's got a pair of doubles, 9 RBI on the year.
Rips that one, knocked down by the pitcher. Going to have to hurry. To throw over is not in time.
Not with Nichols' speed.
So showing off that speed there. Great play by Mitchell to knock that one down. Just couldn't quite get it quick enough, as you said. Nichols with outstanding speed, able to run that one out. Now ICC. Runners at first and second, and this is going to be Ella Duhan, the shortstop, coming to the plate. Duhan takes that first pitch, called a strike.
Going back to Nichols and talking about her speed, she does lead the team with 23 stolen bases, so it's really hard to beat somebody out like that out when you're not coming in clean.
That pitch up high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count.
Duhan's batting .259 on the year. She's got 21 hits, has scored 22 runs, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 home runs of her own.
A little off-speed pitch hangs up high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Duhan. Yeah, that's actually a good job by Mitchell to knock that one down. If she doesn't do that, it gets through, probably scores a run for the Indians. Off speed outside, 3-1 now is the count.
You're right. Where that ball was placed, she knocked down with her glove. It would have went between the shortstop and the second base bag, rolled slowly out into the outfield. It would have taken a while for anybody to get to that one.
So the 3-1 offering here to Duhan. She fouls this one off her leg, so it'll go 3-2 now, as the runners will head back to first and second in this situation. So the count full here to Duhan with 2 outs. Coahoma trying to get out of this inning with minimum damage done.
ICC looking for that big 2-out hit, trying to break up the scoring a little more.
Duhan lifts that pitch in the dirt, and it will be ball 4. So now bases will be loaded here for the Indians. And ICC fans, remember, next time you're ready to load your plate, you can do so by visiting Sam's Town Market in Manatee. Sam and all the crew out there at Sam's Town Market, proud to sponsor today's action. Got some of the best cuts of meat, unique individual items, and vegetables and more down there at Sam's Town Market in Manatee. This is Stegall at the plate, takes that first pitch. Looked high, but called a strike.
Yeah, I agree there. Stegall, your first baseman, batting .290 on the year. She's got 20 hits, 13 runs, 4 doubles, 3 home runs.
Pitch inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Wind picking up once again here at the ballpark, blowing in from the scoreboard to home plate. Stegall rips it, but it's going to go foul down the line. And so now the count will go 1-2.
Great idea as it chopped down there and thought it had a chance to stay fair and bring in a couple runners, but it shoots between Coach Owens and the third base umpire.
Speaking of chop, we do want to remind you, Chop Day coming up on April the 24th at Eaton Field. We'll have a commercial coming up at the end of the inning here to tell you more about that event.
It's going to be a great day. Hope everyone can come out for it.
1-1 pitch. In the dirt, gets away. Runner will scamper and advance on the pass ball. 2-0 now. Indians with the lead. Runners go from first to second and second to third. So 2-0 is the score now. And it's a 2-2 count here on Stegall. Stegall rips that one. It's a fair ball. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Stegall will head in for a double and a clutch hit there for Stady.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was talking about a minute ago. She really knew how to chop, turn that one down that third base line, got that one to stay fair, right past the third baseman, into foul territory, brings in the 2 runs.
So ICC pushes across 2 more in that situation. They're now up 4-0 here. Clutch 2-out hitting by the Indians. Also taking advantage of some pass balls as well to put a couple of runs on the board. And now this will be Maddie McClendon at the plate.
Well, Clinton's been getting a lot of opportunities to start here lately with some injuries that have made some adjustments to the lineup. She's batting .240. She's got 6 hits, a double, 2 triples, and a home run as well.
Sun peeking out now here at Andy Kirk Field. 1-1 is the count. ICC has gotten 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They have drawn 2 walks. This one popped up, out of play. 1-2 now will be the count here on McClendon. Well, I can see why people are worried about the weather moving in as hot and muggy as it is today. As there's a changeup waiting on it, rips it. Right fielder's going to come up and can't make the play. 1 run will score here. McClendon will round second. She's heading to third, and they're going to hold her up with a triple.
That was an outside pitch. She said, I want a piece of that one, Adam. She just went out and slapped that out there to right field.
Well, another clutch hit there with 2 outs in the inning. The right fielder kind of misjudged it. Don't know if the wind kind of carried that one away from her there. Got down into the corner, and so that's going to be a triple there for McClendon. And now this is going to bring Morgan Green to the plate. Takes a healthy chop at that one, missing for strike one.
Morgan getting the start in left field today. She's batting .250 on the year. She's got 11 hits and 16 runs scored with 3 triples.
That pitch missing outside. Evens the count up now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third. ICC's put 5 on the board here in the bottom of the first. Looking to build on that lead here. Swing and a miss. Nice job with the breaking pitch away from the batter there. Like Green might have just took her head out of the pitch a little bit. And now the count goes 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch. Looks at it low, ball gets away, and the run will score again on the pass ball. Third run this inning to score on a pass ball. Now nobody on here for the Indians. 1-2, I believe, is the count. We'll double check here with the home plate umpire. No, she says it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on here for the Indians. Green listens to that pitch outside. Now the count goes full at 3-2. 9th batter of the inning here for the Indians. As the wind now shifting, blowing out of the ballpark. Basically from foul pole to foul pole. Green sizes that one up, slices it foul and out of play. And we'll sit at 3-2. A little off speed and it hit her. Good thing that was off speed.
Yeah, a fastball would have hurt much more than that shoulder.
So she'll take one for the team as ICC will flip it back down to the top of the lineup. 2 outs, runner on first, and this is going to be McKnight.
Number 1, Joy McKnight.
She reached on a bunt single last time up. They're going to draw the outfield in this situation. Shows bunt, fouls it off for strike one.
Green got a good jump there from first. She got down fast and realized she's going to have to go back now.
Yeah, Green is quick as a hiccup. She can get out there and move whenever you can get her on the bases.
She's got 9 stolen bases in 12 attempts.
That pitch up high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Boy, Michael, if they can get something over the head of the shortstop, they can run for days, as there is a big-time gap out there.
Yeah, left field.
Center.
Yeah, that left fielder is playing way over to the line, not where I would play McKnight.
That pitch runs up high for a ball. Runner will take second in that situation. That is Green moving over to second after being hit by a pitch. It was on a full count, too. So it's one of those insult to injuries. And that pitch is going to hit McKnight.
Is that it's going to be a dead ball because she.
Yep, dead ball. So the runner will have to go back, and that was one of those. The ball kind of got caught on her hip. Did Mitchell that time, and kind of heard Mitchell react to the ball getting away there. And so back-to-back hit batters now with runners on first and second. This will be Maddie Porter, who flew out to right for the first out in the inning. Looking to redeem herself here, the 11th batter of the inning. That ball is going to get away and runners will advance. Good job hustling to get back and get the ball back to the pitcher there, not allowing the runners to advance anymore.
Yeah, ICC able to take advantage of some of these miscues to allow them to advance around the bases and being knocked in.
This one hit over the middle. That should drive in 2. 1 run will score. Here comes another, and that'll be an RBI single for Porter.
Go make an adjustment.
So nice job there by Porter, driving in a couple of runs. Still 2 out hitting, being big here in this inning for the Indians.
19, A.B. Marler.
So now this will bring Marler to the dish.
Yeah, Coach Owens is going to be pleased with the 2 out hitting that his team is waking up to today.
Marler pops this one up. Center fielder's going to track over, come in, and can't make the play. And she just couldn't get to it, so that will go for a hit in that situation for Marler.
Yeah, she had to come a long way in, tried to get fast and catch that one. Couldn't quite get her full glove underneath it.
So now this will be Shands coming to the plate. She walked and scored on a pass ball on her last at bat. Stands in, takes that one for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Shands. Looks at that pitch high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. So Shands will dig in with the runner at first. ICC up in this one, 9-0. That one's a shot down the line. It's going to go fair. So Marlar will round second, heading to third, and Shands will have a double.
So on base twice in this inning is Shands with the walk, the eventual run scored, and then the double as well.
Yeah, Marlar wasn't for sure if that was a fair ball or a foul ball. She kind of had to check up for a second.
Number 11, Lakeland Nichols.
Was able to head over and get to third in that situation. So now runners at second and third, and this is going to be Lakeland Nichols, who singled her last time up. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. She hit a hard line drive right back at the pitcher. Pitcher did a great job of knocking it down, but Lakeland, quicker than Walt Flanagan's dog, able to get down to first without an issue. That one's going to be fouled off. 0-2 now will be the count here to Nichols.
Go Lake, battle with 2.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. ICC up in this one 9-0 here in game 1 against Coahoma. Nichols rips that one. Third baseman finds it. Going to have to hurry. The throw is in time. Beautiful stretch over at first. 5-3 for the putout to end the inning. But it was a big inning for the Indians as they get 9 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits and no errors and 2 left on base. We'll take a timeout. Let's hear more about Chop Day coming up here at ICC. Be back with more right after this. April 24th. Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. ICC with 9 runs in the bottom of the first to take a 9-0 lead here over Coahoma. For Coahoma to be the 4, 5, 6 batters to up. Mitchell, McCullum, and Huddleston here for the Tigers.
This is Khalees Mitchell, your pitcher, leading off the second inning for the Tigers.
And a big swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying out of her hands. Of course, being a pitcher, after throwing that many pitches in the previous inning, you got to think your hands are a little slick. And so a good job of recognizing that. And she wants to go to the dirt real quick and kind of get that one.
Get herself a little grip there. She comes in, batting .231 on the year. She's got 6 hits for the Tigers.
So 0-1 is the count now here to Mitchell. Healthy swing and a miss there for strike 2. She made a nice defensive play we talked about where she knocked one down. Unfortunately, probably one of the quickest players on the team. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. But to finish that thought, one of the quickest players on the team, and a Lakeland Nichols, any other time, probably wouldn't have been able to get that one out.
Yeah, if it had been anybody else running for the Indians, she would have gotten that defensive put out. But unfortunately for her, she was facing the fastest runner on the ICC team. This is going to bring up McCullum, your catcher.
Had to call time for a second. A little bit of dirt flew up in her eye. Is that fastball missing low, ball 1. Cliff coming out, I believe, what we say, 123, now 124 strikeouts on the season. With that last one being her 3rd strikeout of the day. Swing and a miss, strike 1 there.
Correct. She'd be at 124 for the year so far. Having a great season. Had a no-hitter against Jones back about 2 weeks ago.
So that pitch foul back. It's actually against Holmes.
Holmes, excuse me.
Yeah. Now, if it's against Jones, it'd be amazing. The #1 team in the country. But, it was against Holmes. It's 1-2 now is the count here
We play
to McCullum. You play so
we
many.
play so many quality opponents here. It's hard sometimes to keep track.
So waiting the 1-2 offering here from Clift. This one popped up back off the netting. And I like it. McCullum, a catcher, was playing like a catcher, was almost going to catch it off the bounce and then realized, wait, I don't have my glove, so let's let that one hit the turf. So 1-2 now is the count here to McCullum. Cliff getting set to deliver the pitch. And that one just missing outside. 2-2 now is the count.
But good eye by McCullum there. She started to want to go after that one, realized it was going to stay out there. Holds off on one that could get a lot of different batters to chase.
So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Clift. That one in the dirt, so Clift struggling here against McCullum. Good at bat here as trying to get their first base runner on the bags today. McCullum working with a 3-2 count.
I think that second ball she wanted as a strike on that outside corner, trying to get back to that spot. Not going to get it there. She stays off the plate again. So just not quite catching that outside corner that she's looking for. Issues her first walk of the day.
It's one of those you really would like to see Porter maybe set up 2 or 3 more inches on the inside, as I think the pitch is there. It's just kind of more so where the setup is. That's just not quite earning that yet. So a 1-out walk is issued to McCullum, and now this will bring Huddleston to the plate. She's playing third base. Had a very nice play to end the bottom of the first inning as that pitch in there for a strike. Cliff probably thinking to herself, where was that one 3 pitches ago? So 0-1 now is the count here to Huddleston. Runner at first for Coahoma. That one fouled back. 0-2 now is the count. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. Pitch coming. This one fouled right back to us in your living room, and we'll sit at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Sun peeking out here at Andy Kirk Field. Appreciate everyone tuning in today. I know this being one of those Wednesday, right?
It is
Yeah,
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. So a midweek game that a lot of folks probably opted as their strike 3. The throwdown is not in time.
That was a mighty close one.
And so it will go for the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Clift. A stolen base for McCullum.
The bat number 17, Shadiah Robinson.
And so now with 2 outs, runner at second. This is going to bring Robinson to the plate. She's playing in left field today. There's a swing and a miss. But yeah, to go back to that thought, of course, a lot of parents have to travel a lot. We got some road games coming up here soon for softball. So probably opting to watch this one here on the ICC Sports Network. We appreciate y'all doing that. And also appreciate those that are tuned in favor of Coahoma today. As this bunt popped up, caught off by the catcher. We'll reel it in, and that will do it for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the second where ICC leads at 9-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here. This pizza's only $5.99? No way. This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Oh, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza. Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the second inning. ICC up in this one 9-0. A little bit of a longer exchange there as it was McCullum who was on second, so she had to come in and change, get her catching gear on as she was left stranded there in the top of the second inning. For ICC, it's going to be Duhan, Stegall, and McClendon scheduled up here in the bottom of the second inning.
Duhan walked in her first plate appearance and eventually scored, but she was driven in later on.
That first pitch in there for a strike. ICC scored 9 runs on 7 hits and no errors in the bottom of the first. A lot of those, though, coming with 2 outs in the inning.
Guaranteed Bank.
Ripped. Excuse me about that. I'm used to us having 2 cameras set up and switching on contact. So, real quick plug there for Guaranteed Bank.
But that was a good point you were making there about the timely 2-out hitting that ICC was able to put together. A lot of those with full counts and 2 strikes as well. So, good to see those batters staying in there and battling hard.
Duhan off the barrel, pops it up, and the second baseman can't get to it, and that'll drop for a base hit.
Just one of those C&I bloops that falls in there between everybody.
So a leadoff single for Duhan, and this will bring up Sadie Stegall. She doubled, drove in a couple of runs in her first and only at bat. They're back in that 9-run first inning.
She also scored one of the runs as well.
Shows bunt, fouls it off. Strike 1. Duhan got a good jump on that, but it's one of those that you're probably going to see that a little bit more today. You're going to see where ICC is going to try a few things and not necessarily say tricky things, but just in-game execution type things. Couldn't get the bunt down there either. 0-2 now is the count.
Yeah, we don't see Duhan run all that often, but she does have good speed. She's got 10 stolen bases, so those hit-and-run situations like this gives her good practice to see what she can do there.
So 0-2 now is the count here to Stegall. Rips this one right at the center fielder. It's going to drop for a base hit.
Almost lands in the same spot that Duhan's landed as well. 2 different types of hits. One was a high ball that blooped and dropped in. One was a solid knock, and both out there in the shallow right center.
So this will bring McClendon to the plate here for ICC with runners on first and second. Still no outs. McClendon shows bunt, lays it down nicely. Third baseman comes up and throws it over in time. A sacrifice bunt executed there perfectly, as that was 1, 2, 3 on the putout. Runners do advance. And sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They meet Monday nights at 707 in the Fine Arts Building. That's the ICC BSU, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That ball is bounced and fouled back into the stands. As you see, plenty of room for anybody that wants to come out to the ballpark this afternoon.
Do have our normal golf cart and vehicle armada out there, up to 5 today.
Green at the plate. Chases that off-speed pitch outside. 0-2 now is the count here to Green. She was hit by a pitch in her only at bat so far, and technically not an at bat.
Plate appearance, can you call it that?
Yep. As this one fouled off out of play, and will stay at 0-2.
Yeah, good contact. Just needs to come around on that one, time it out just right, as she put it all the way out there to the parking lot in foul territory.
So 0-2 now is the count here to Green. And this one blistered deep. Right field going back and going to be just off the wall. And that's going to score 2. And Green's going to have to hold up at third. If not, she was going to run over Stegall.
Yeah, she might could have got all the way if not the fact that Stegall had to hold up to make sure that wasn't going to be caught. Green never let up coming around the bases in case she wasn't caught and just ends up at third with a chance to, like you said, overrun Stegall.
Yeah, I think she was a little frustrated with herself after chasing one of those pitches outside, and she took it out on the ball there. And thought for a second it might have had a chance to get out of the ballpark as it bounced off the wall.
I think the wind kept that one from going out, but off the bat it was pretty good.
So back to the top lineup now here in McKnight. She's going to lift this one up. Left fielder's going to chase it down, but it's going to go foul and out of play. That will even the count up now at 1-1. There is one out in the inning. That was after a sacrifice bunt by McClendon to move Duhan and Stegall both into scoring position. They were able to come around on a triple out to the gap in right by Green, who currently sits at third base. Swing and a miss by McKnight. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third here for the Indians. They're up in this one 11-0. There's a chopper to second. And they're not going to try to score from third. They do get the out, 4-3 of McKnight. Good move there by Coach Green, by Coach Owens with Green on the side. Easily could have scored there, but held her up over at third.
Yeah, good play there by the defense as they made sure they got a hold of that one. Got the out they needed, got themselves to 2 outs in this inning. Try to get back to the plate here.
That last hit by Green was the 10th hit of the contest. As this is going to be Porter, who had a 2-run single in her last at bat. Hammers this one. This is deep, and it's going to be off the base of the wall. That will go for extra bases. That extra base hit being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Yeah, she's hitting all the way out there. Knocks it off the A and Itawamba on the fence, as deep as it can get without going over.
Green jogs home, and ICC now goes up in this one 12-0. And this will bring A.B. Marler to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI, singled her last time up. Rips that one. Oh, nice play over at third. Throw across the way is in time. 5-3 on the putout. That was not an easy play, as that one was absolutely blistered, but Huddleston made it look easy there. So the Indians put 3 more runs on the board. They lead it 12-0 after 2 complete. We'll take a timeout and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Join us for Chop Day at ICC on April 24th at Eaton Field for a day filled with great food, exciting football, and community fun. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., enjoy a variety of food trucks at the Crane Pavilion with the first 200 students eating for free. Then, starting at 6 p.m., Butch Lambert Stadium opens with a free kids zone, concessions, and Chick-fil-A available for purchase. At 6:30, catch the ICC football team scrimmage, followed by Chop Like It's Hot, an on-field dance party featuring DJ Cole from 7:30 to 9 p.m. That's Chop Day at Itawamba Community College, April 24th.
Formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here.
There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to the bullpen here with a Guaranteed Bank pitching change. And Michael, tell us about the new pitcher in the ballgame here for the Indians.
This pitcher is number 12, Ella Lilly. She comes in with a 4.56 ERA for the Indians, 4 wins and 7 losses in her 15 appearances.
Bunt laid down. It's going to be a fair ball, and the throw down is in time to retire Young 2-4 on the putout.
Ella has given up 97 hits, 58 runs, only 41 of those earned. She's walked 14 but struck out 24
At the plate, number 25, Chloe Hill.
This will bring Chloe Hill to the plate. Those stats being brought to you by Little Caesars right here in Fulton. So 1 out, nobody on for Hill, who's batting in that 9 spot. Shows bunt, pops it up. Third baseman gets it, throws over in time for the out. 5-4 once again on the putout, with the second baseman covering as it was Stegall charging in on the bunt attempt.
ICC being clean on their defensive execution this afternoon on those bunts and short ground balls.
So now with 2 away, we go back to the top of the lineup here in Nash, who struck out. She was one of 4 Renaissance Bank strikeout victims for Clift, who we thought would see limited action today, and that pitch in there for a strike. Looks like Coahoma maybe getting someone loose in the bullpen, or maybe getting their game 2 starter kind of locked in here. As there's a hit right back up the middle. Nicely played there by Lily. And the toss over to get the out. 1-3 for the 3-up, 3-down inning there of Coahoma. We'll take a break, hear a few more words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this.
It's the Fast Break Sports Show that starts your day. Mississippi Sports Today, Tuesday through Friday at 9. And if you don't catch it at 9, the MST podcast is on wherever you listen, with a team of hosts like no other.
For the folks that are listening, I mean, yeah, there is egg salad, but Drew is bringing like a refrigerated, like a pack. So
it's going to be refrigerated.
Egg salad,
yeah.
24-hour egg salad.
Yeah.
We're dropping like flies.
Join Craig and the guys for Mississippi Sports Today on Super Talk 101.9.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here! This pizza's only $5.99? No way! This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Oh, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza. Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got some Guaranteed Bank position pitching changes going on for Coahoma. Michael, I know we're trying to figure it out as we go here, but tell me what changes that you see so far.
Well, the outfield has jumped around a little bit. We'll get that clean in a second, but I do believe this is number 21, Leanne Huddleston, that is now in the circle. Excuse me.
So she moved from third base to pitcher, and so looks like maybe it is Mitchell out in center field as we're trying to figure out who that is.
That would make the most sense, as we saw Hill shift to left, Young shift to right. So if Mitchell's not pitching, then most likely she is going to have moved
to center field, and that means we got a new third baseman as well.
We'll get that one in a second.
Swing and a miss. That pitch up high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Shands, Nichols, and Duhan due up here for the Indians in the bottom of the third inning. Shands thought about pulling the trigger on that one, held off. 3-1 now is the count.
Shands got a special visitor in the stands today, as her family's here with her dog as well. Feisty little character.
Yeah, that thing didn't like me when I walked by it a while ago.
Yeah, he's not a fan of visitors, apparently.
And again, I got to remember we're only running one camera today. But Guaranteed Bank loves it. They're getting all these extra little quick runs.
They're guaranteed some extra airtime today.
I like it. So second time today that Shands draws a walk. Trying to get that subliminal messaging, the new advertising tactic here at ICC. So this will be Lakeland Nichols. She singled and grounded out on a beautiful play over at third. Lays the bunt down. Going to have to hurry. No chance here.
Not with her speed. There's nobody covering third.
Nobody covering third. And so now ICC will have runners on the corners.
Yeah, Shan's being wise and looking up.
And then they didn't get the ball back in time, so Lakeland will easily jog over to second. So a little heads-up base running there. That will officially go for a single for Nichols. She will advance on the play. That pitch in there for a strike. Got this as Duhan coming to the plate. She singled, scored a run. She's also walked and scored a run. Looks at that pitch high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. We do encourage everyone to be kind of aware of the weather once again.
All weekend long.
Yeah, this time of year is, what do they say, in like a lion, out like a lamb. So this one, tattooed deep to center field. Center field's going to go back, will make the play, and it will be deep enough for a sacrifice fly to score the run. As that sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. Reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC Wesley Foundation. They meet Tuesday nights. They're located right across the street from the Davis Event Center. This is Stegall at the plate now. Takes that first pitch, low for a ball. Nichols also able to advance on the play there. One out now in the inning. 13-0 ICC with the lead. Quickly turns on that one, fouls it off. 1-1 now is the count.
That pitch was pretty inside, so she may wish she had that one back, but did try to see if she could get a piece and chop it down that third base line like she did back in the second inning.
2-1 now with that pitch drifting high for a ball. We do want to announce that baseball has moved up to Friday due to those weather concerns. Also, softball being pushed up to Friday. Softball will be on the road as that pitch missing high and outside for a ball. Here's the fun part, Michael. Ask me who we're playing.
On Friday? Oh, it is our favorite team to bring to Fulton and to Roy Crescent Field.
Pearl River.
Pearl River.
Well, I'm glad you said that because if you were to say, well, who are we playing, Gore? I would have said no idea. As that pitch missing high for a ball, putting runners on the corners. Now, I still haven't recovered from this marathon of a drive we had all the way out to Casper, Wyoming with the women's basketball team, which, by the way, congratulations to Coach Porter and the Lady Indians on an outstanding season, a Region 23 championship. They made it to the national tournament in Casper, Wyoming, ran into a buzzsaw of a team in Florida Southwestern State College as that pitch high, or she actually caught a ball to McClendon. But a very special season there for the Lady Indians in basketball.
Indeed, and special congratulations to Coach Porter for her Coach of the Year honors as well. So great staff, great team. They really worked hard this year, and it paid off.
1-1 now is the count, as this is McClendon coming to the plate.
And their hard work earned you a 5-day in-the-car road trip with some of the finest minds that work for ICC.
Absolutely. I tell you, the stories that can't be told on that trip, as it was me, the good Dr. Brad Boggs, the other good Dr. Chad Case, and Colin Minga made that drive. And I'm going to have to give credit where credit's due as this pitch inside for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. Colin Minga said he likes to drive. Drove, I think, 75% of the way, the whole way back. And we even offered to, drive, and he said, no, I like driving, so... As that pitch missing high for a ball, now bases will be loaded.
He is the youngest among that group, so just fine that y'all allowed him to take that upon himself.
I will say, you always hit those milestones in life where you start to feel old. And I know you haven't got there yet, Michael, but
I'm older than you are.
That pitch high and outside for a ball. Indians don't try to advance in that situation. But after being in that vehicle, we stopped at Buc-ee's on the way home, and I stepped off a curb funny. After riding in a vehicle for about 11 hours straight, legit thought I had blown my calf out, as my leg is still hurting today. There's a hard hit, fly ball. Center fielder comes in, charges up, and can't make the jumping catch. Actually lands on the ball.
Had the ball, but I think she lost it when she came down, because I think it was in her glove initially, because once she hit the ground, it was right underneath her. I don't think it went over her. Heck of an effort there by, give us a second, because there was changes. We think that Mitchell may be in center, but we're not 100% sure. But that was a fantastic effort there. Ends up being a 2 RBI double for Green.
Excellent catch. As we said, the wind playing fits today. Did a great job of trying to adjust to it. 2 runs did score, so it's now 15-0. But yeah, to go ahead and finish that thought is, legit. I text Nikki, our trainer here at ICC, and she just tapped back. She texts back, "LOL, welcome to being old." So, yeah, I do encourage you, if you do have to make a 22-hour cross-country trip, make sure you stretch.
Yeah, it's kind of like the people in the long airplane rides that have to get up and walk so they don't get a blood clot. You probably should have.
I should have done that.
Y'all should have found some more Buc-ee's so that you could stretch your legs. But Minga may have been in a hurry to get all 22 hours in one day. So how did y'all break that up? That was, 22-hour drive, I believe?
It was. So we did three stops up on the way there, as this is now Taylor Graham at the plate, a swing and a miss, as now the count goes 1-1. So we did Oklahoma City, Colorado Springs, and then Casper. That was the trip up there because we weren't as rushed. And then on the way back, we did all the way over to St. Joseph, Missouri, and then home.
Oh, wow.
As there's a swing and a miss, and that's going to be a Renaissance Bank strikeout of Graham. I think that's right.
My friend Toby Bates went to college in St. Joe, Missouri for a while. Is that Western Missouri, I believe is up there? So he spent some time there. Heard some stories. I've driven through there on the way to Omaha a few times on some road trips, gone through St. Joe.
2 outs now. This is Porter at the plate. Yeah, we ran into a heck of a storm that night, so we decided to kind of just wait it out. Said, well, we might as well just go ahead and call it an evening. That pitch called a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Porter. Jams are up a little bit. Shortstop's going to give chase, and it's going to be a foul. Foul by about a foot. So that'll go for strike 2.
Great effort there by Bonner, trying to get over there and make that play from her shortstop position. Wait, that may not. Let's see.
So there's been more changes.
That may not be Bonner at shortstop, as I believe that may be Hill at short. I saw a 5 as the second number.
As this is a line drive out to center field. Center fielder will come in and make the play. Nicely done there to retire Porter and in the inning. The Indians hang 3 more on the board. They lead it 15-0 after 3. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 4th inning here. ICC up in this one 15-0. Adam Gore, Michael Upton, Casey Smith taking photos for ICCimages.com. Cal Brown running our social media. You can follow us on your favorite social media platform at Let's Go ICC. And then Steve Diffie's favorite, Raphael Henry, running the camera for us today.
That is Meritorious Award winner,
Yes,
Raphael
sir.
Henry.
Yes, sir.
We
Well
talked
deserved.
about that last broadcast on Friday, but again, congratulations to Raphael for all he's done here during his career. Support our students and our student athletes.
There's a ground ball to third, scooped up, thrown across the way. A little low, but a nice dig there by Sadie for out number 1 to retire Smith, 5-3. Also, I think I saw Matt Mallard earlier.
Yeah, he was up here in the press box, the center box booth before the game started.
Speaking of Steve Diffie, I also want to give a congratulations to Matt Mallard, who is the recipient of the CPRAM scholarship.
I cannot think of a more deserving student. He has been a fantastic young man to get to know the last couple of years as he's worked with your team, both here on campus and even traveling, which a lot of your student workers don't do.
There's a line drive over the head of the first baseman, and that's going to drop for a hit. Heck of an effort over there at second by McClendon, just couldn't quite get it. And so Bonner will get the first hit of the day for Coahoma. Also, Noah Morgan out shooting highlights today as well. Appreciate Noah. He's one of our volunteer assistant student workers here as well. So got the full crew on hand. And again, it's Faculty and Staff Appreciation Day. Really appreciate the softball team taking time to recognize our sports information crew, all those that we just called out. There's a lot of people, especially for Coahoma. I'm calling myself right now. It's the ICC alert.
Oh, yeah. Laura's calling me.
But yes, so got the Jerome out there at Coahoma. Be sure and thank him for all the hard work he does for you there. As there was going to be a Little Caesars double play, but instead will turn into a fielder's choice as the throw gets away there. 6-4 on the putout of Bonner. But yes, so appreciate the coaches doing that. But again, if you're back in Coahoma, you see Jerome on campus or at a ball game, tell him thank you for all the hard work he does. He's the first time that he has done that at Coahoma, so no better way to thank him than buying him a nice ice-cold Coke. Shows bunt, lays it down, it goes foul for strike 1. So we talked about the weather issues going on, as a tornado watch has been issued for Lee County until 12 a.m. Thursday. So,
yeah, it's actually for most of our listening areas. So if you are anywhere near Fulton, you're probably under the watch this evening. And as Adam said earlier, this is going to be not just one day of potential storms. This may last all the way through Sunday.
Yes.
One of the biggest things you got to watch out for is they're calling for some
heavy
unprecedented type, if I use that word, flooding that may occur. So if you live in a low-lying area, be sure you watch for that.
Swing and a miss for strike 3 to get out of the inning with no damage done. We have played 3.5 here in Fulton. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here. This pizza's only $5.99? No way. This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza. Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 4th inning, 15-0 ICC with the lead. We may be having some changes here for ICC as well, as it looks like it is going to be Zoe Goodman due up here. Zoe is a freshman out of New Hope, went to New Hope High School. Had a chance to talk to Zoe early on in the season and met some of her family. Great people.
She's a catcher here on the Indians team. Usually catches game 2 as Porter shifts to shortstop in those second games of the doubleheaders. So she's getting an opportunity to bat here in game 1, which is not often for her.
Up the bat, number 21, Zoe Goodman.
She is batting .316 on the year. She's got 7 runs scored, 12 hits, 3 of those doubles, 1 home run on the year, and has scored 6 RBI for the Indians.
Those stats being brought to you by Fagata's here in Fulton, Mexican restaurant right down the road from us here on campus. Other sponsors, you've got the ICC Baptist Student Union, the ICC Wesley Foundation. Also got Raising Cane's in Tupelo, proud sponsor of today's action here on the ICC Sports Network. Don't know if my good buddy Greg Brown is listening, but if he is, want to give him a shout out. He's a little under the weather. His daughter, multiple All-American, Alex Brown, but always a faithful watcher or listener to the broadcast. So if he is, we hope he gets to feeling better soon, as this pitch to Zoe missing for a ball.
Try to catch a couple more of those position changes for the Tigers during that inning. It looks like Bonner is, as we thought, was no longer at shortstop. She's actually behind the plate now. So Bonner is your catcher at the moment for the Tigers.
Is that pitch missing? 2-0 now is the count.
We'll have to eyeball where McCollum went.
So 2-0 is the count here to Goodman. Listen to that pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Our next broadcast will be Friday, as we talked about baseball against Pearl River. Indians split on the road with Coahoma. Kind of a disappointing showing in game 2, as there's a ground ball to third. Picks it up, throws across the way, and it is going to get away. So that will go for an error. E5 on the play there, as Goodman will reach.
This brings up Camden Taylor, second pinch batter in a row for the Indians, excuse me.
So runner at first with no outs. And Cam at the plate. Stands in, takes that first pitch inside for a ball.
Cam is batting a healthy 348, taking advantage of her opportunities. 8 hits, 4 of those doubles, and 1 home run.
1-0 pitch. This one ripped to the third baseman. Gets this one. It's going to go to second and puts that one into the outfield. So back-to-back errors. As that was a good idea, just couldn't quite get the throw there in time. I think a little bit of that speed also kind of causing an issue there as the throw was rushed. So back-to-back errors now puts runners on second and first. And this will be Nichols coming to the plate.
She is 2 for 3 on the day. She's got a pair of singles and a ground out, but has also scored 2 runs.
Fouls that one off the net for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. There's that dog you was talking about earlier.
There's the Shands dog. Should have got the name so we could talk about him a little better.
Nichols takes a chop at that one. 0-2 is the count. Remind you, stay tuned to the conclusion of this inning here. We'll take a look at the chop day coming up soon. That's going to be on April 24th. Pitch in the dirt, ball gets away, runners will not advance in that situation. 1-2 now is the count. Tell you, Michael, we talked about Coke earlier. I'm doing water today, but a nice ice-cold Coke sounds really good on this hot, humid day.
It does. Coke Zero, any of their delicious products would be tasty.
Nice play, but the throw gets away again, and the run will score. And Nichols will hold up, and now will eventually go to second in that situation. So now ICC with runners at second and third, and another error. Coahoma had been playing well, and then 3 straight errors here. And a lot of those, again, that speed of ICC causing them to kind of rush in those situations. As Duhan must be mad at Coach Owens as she tried to take him out that time.
He almost lost a right knee there as he got out of the way just split second before that thing would have tattooed him in the upper calf or the right knee, one or the other.
Glad it was him and not me, because I would have not been able to move that quickly. So ICC up in this one 16-0 now. There's one ripped, and that's going to get down, and they're going to hold the runner at third. Duhan will check up at first, and the run will score. So the Indians not trying to run this one up.
Bringing another pinch runner to the plate, pinch batter to the plate. This is HR, Houston Ray Grantham stepping in here.
So Grantham will dig in with runners on the corner. Still no outs here. This is that first pitch in there for a strike.
She's got a couple of hits on the year and these pinch batting opportunities. One of those being a big triple that drove in 2 RBIs.
This is that pitch low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to HR. Well, interesting story. If I heard the story right, I believe from her mother when we were down in Florida, as we'll await the pitch. This one popped up. Shortstop will go back, call everyone off, and can't make the play. And so the runner will head to second, and that will go down for an error. But to tell that story, she is not on our roster the correct way, but her name is Houston Ray with a hyphen between Houston and Ray. Well, it didn't have that hyphen until she came to college, because her first name is Houston, her middle name is Ray, but they wanted to call her Houston Ray, so her mother added the hyphen, and that way now everybody knows to call her Houston Ray. As that pitch missing low for a ball. Bases are loaded, as this is, I believe, Jenna Whitfield at the plate now for the Indians. Whitfield is that pitch. It's in there for a strike.
Whitfield's batting .242 for the Indians. She's got 8 hits. One of those a double. It's knocked in 5 runs for the Indians.
1-1 is the count. Whitfield rips one up the middle. This is going to score 1, now make it 2. The throw home is going to be cut off, and the quick throw to third, not in time. And so Whitfield, some instant offense there, driving in a couple of runs for the Indians, 2 RBIs for Jenna. And ICC now has added 4 runs on the board here this inning. So 19-0 now is the score. Runners on the corners for the Indians. That pitch across for a strike. And
get that number there.
So I can't see the number. New batter here, as Green traditionally a left-handed batter. That one's going to get through for another hit, and the run will score again for the Indians.
That is Needy Hodum with that RBI single there, right shot up the middle.
Well, as you saw there once again, number 10, Taylor Graham. Indians could have easily taken extra bases there, but electing not to. After the run scored now, it's 20-0 in favor of ICC. This is Graham back at the dish.
She struck out in her first plate appearance of the day back in the 3rd inning. She came in relief of McKnight in right field.
Listen to that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Wind really starting to pick up now at the ballpark.
You can see the netting here shaking.
You can hear it.
And tries to blow through our screens here. That one up and in, and Graham quickly out of the way. A few dust, this nice dust devil blowing right through home plate. Home plate umpire and catcher both trying to shield themselves from getting that grit and dirt up into their corneas.
Well, just a horrible time of year. You got 1, the dust flying around, but 2, all the pollen everywhere. As this one blistered, and it's going to be hooking and go foul. 1-2, or excuse me, 2-2 now is the count.
You missed an extended discussion about the pollen situation last Friday between Coach Andy Kirk and myself, as we debated and pontificated about all the yellow paint all over campus and our cars and our houses.
So the 2-2 pitch here, swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice job by Huddleston to come back and get another strikeout there. And that is going to be the first out of the inning.
We continue to cause damage there. Now we have some junk on the field. ICC dugout's going to come in and try to clean that up here, because it's not anybody's fault. The wind is just whipping it out of places it shouldn't leave.
This will be Porter at the plate now. 2 for 4 on the day. She flew out to center. And her last at bat, stands in, takes that first pitch for a ball. Ball gets away. Runners do not try to advance. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This one popped up. Center fielder will jog over, and will make the play. And the runners will tag up in that situation and advance. So that sacrifice fly Moves runners into scoring position. That sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. Located right across the street from the Davis Event Center, meet Tuesday nights at 7. Reminding you the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC Wesley Foundation. They're going to appeal to see if they might have left early. And the infield umpire said they did not. I think it was one of those that Coach Owens was kind of hoping that would have gotten that call.
Yeah, I may have just been trying to advance things along here and keep the pace of play going a little faster, perhaps.
This is Goodman, who started us off this inning. And now the Coahoma coach want to come out and talk to him again about the appeal. So the foul ball goes for strike one. Zoe reached on an error, eventually came around to score. Absolutely tattoos that one.
Coach diving out of the way.
So 0-2 now is the count. That one hits Goodman. So she is hit by the pitch.
Second Indian hit by pitch today as Green took one back in the first inning.
So now this will bring number 15, Camden Taylor, back to the plate.
Number 15, Camden
She reached
Taylor.
on an error earlier this inning, scored a run.
Bases are loaded once again here for the Indians with 2 outs. Taylor coming to the plate. Looks at that first pitch inside for a ball. Michael, you remember, I'm trying to think of the shows here. It's actually a second spinoff, as there's a shot to the gap deep, and it's going to be over the head of a leaping right fielder, and they're going to hold up the runner at second, so that will go for a single, but will drive in 2 runs.
Yeah, Whitfield and Hodem both coming in. Goodman stopping at second. And a massive shot by Taylor there.
Well, since she so rudely interrupted me, did Camden. So you remember Big Bang Theory?
Of course.
All right, so you remember Young Sheldon. The spin off of it is that pitch in there for a strike to Nichols. There's another show, and I'm not 100% sure. It's about Young Sheldon's older brother, and I think it's whatever the name of the couple is. There's going to be a ground ball to third, step on the bag, and that will end the inning. I'll continue my pontification here, but is George and whatever her name is, First Marriage is the name of the show.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but it's the older brother, Georgie.
Yes.
So George and somebody's first marriage. I've never seen it, but I'm aware of it.
So to chase a rabbit a long way around to get to a point, when I see Camden, I think of the girl that is married to Georgie.
Gotcha.
So next time you see her on campus, you look at her, I promise you, you'll think of that.
We're going to look for that for sure.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a maestro of the clarinet. A famous speed solver.
Piece of cake.
A noted cheese connoisseur.
Limburger.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
At Little Caesars, get a large 2-topping pizza for only $5.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $5.99? Get out of here! This pizza's only $5.99? No way! This is $5.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $5.99? Oh, you're crazy for this. Hey, pirate, get your hook off my $5.99 pizza! Choose a large 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online. Only $5.99? What?
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 5th inning. As we believe this is Huddleston, Robinson, and Young scheduled up here. We said they made a lot of changes as that pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. This is Ella Lilly in the circle here for ICC.
We appreciate Brother Chris Burrows watching today's broadcast, checking in. He asked if you have any restaurant reviews from Casper, Wyoming, or from anywhere on your trip probably, but
So there is a place in Casper, Wyoming called Boston Restaurant. It's kind of like call it a sports bar. And I'll say this, I really wish we had one here in Fulton. It had an outstanding pizza. Coach Porter said the wings were good. I didn't have the wings, but I did. If there's a grounder to the shortstop, throw across the way is no, just a little bit too far. And so that will go for an error on the Indians. E5 on the play, and they're going to allow the runner to go to second after the ball got away. Or excuse me, E6, as it was to the shortstop. But yeah, Boston's Restaurant was really good. I had the shrimp jambalaya the second night. We actually ate there twice.
Ooh, that's good.
It was. And yes, it was really good. And that's about the highlight of Casper, Wyoming. I'm not going to lie to you.
So they didn't have a deep home cooking meal like in Fulton.
Ball's popped up and reeled in there by Porter. And so that will go for the first out of the inning. If they did, we did not find it. But we didn't venture too far from the hotel either.
Okay.
So with one out now,
Number 8, Jamiria Young.
and this will be the center fielder Young, who grounded out, or actually tried to bunt, was thrown out 2-4 in her only attempt. She's going to try to bunt again. This one foul back for strike one. 0-1 now is the count.
Yeah, she just dropped that one in on the plate, so it couldn't get any forward spin, unfortunately for her.
I will say I was surprising, like, where the gym was when we played in the tournament. I was okay, like the altitude, but once I got to that high of part where the gym was, that altitude ate me alive.
Yeah, that can make a big difference, even for especially for a team. And these
Yes.
athletes are in, nominally better shape than you and I. I'm sure it's not much better, but even that can affect them as well to travel to an environment and an altitude that they're not used to playing at.
That pitch fouled off. Oh, I told a story. Colin Minga just texted in this one, and I apologize. Colin, you are correct. We went to a place that's kind of like a breakfast brunch type place called Eggington's. And there's a swing and a miss for strike three. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout. So, yes, Eggington's was really good. It was so good, Colin ate there twice.
I see him sitting out there in that golf cart in center field, so he must have his earbuds in if he's listening and giving those updates. So.
But he did say Boston was a close second. But, yes, Eggington was really good. Now, I will say this. I did learn something very unique as there's a swing and a miss about Colin Minga while we were on the trip. This guy wakes up so early that he wakes up the rooster that wakes up the sun.
Nice.
And he will go walk around town. He's a perfect politician. Is that pitch in there for strike two? 0-2 now is the count. But he would go out, greet the locals. He got a private tour of a soccer field in Colorado Springs. Quite amazing.
So you're saying he's a good traveling partner?
He is. Ground ball to the pitcher. Toss over is in time. 1-3 for the putout to end the inning. And that should do it here for game one. ICC picks up the win, 22-0 here in game one. We will take a break and be back in about 30 minutes for game two here from Fulton.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.